Good afternoon, everyone. Am I audible? So till what we have discussed till now is the things is clear, right? So today I'm going to show that next one more concept, that is RAG. So we'll discuss about that too, and we'll understand what is RAG and what is the what things we can learn from using this RAG. So this is a RAG where we can use one more model in generative AI. So already we have discussed some previous models like what is GANs and variation lot controllers. Already we seen about the code project on GANs, and as well as we have created a chatbot using in a different phases, like we have using IBM credentials and we have created a chatbot, right? And also we have using Hugging Face at API, right? So in this week, by the end of this week, we're going to integrate some image models too. Like I'm going to use Gemini. So I'm going to integrate with this Gemini with previously we have created using Streamlit, right? So using Streamlit, I'm going to add one more functionality to my framework web application to my project. I'm going to add one image application. It may do two things. For example, if I give image, it may analysis and it's going to give text, or else if I give a text, it's going to generate image. So these things also can going to do using this in upcoming sessions, and also after that we can do fine too. So before moving that, I'm going to show that how this model is going to work. That we'll discuss about all these things. Okay. So if you have any queries, just post it in the Q&A. Okay, guys. Let me share my screen once. Just a minute. Give me a minute. Guys, is it visible? So if not, just let me know. Are you able to see the screen? Is it okay? Okay. So in the previous session, we have discussed about GAN and variational amplifier models. So what this RAG will do generally? So what is the use? Why they introduce one more model? So things means, see, generally while we are communicating in the chatbot, so while working with this chatbot, so we're gonna get the information which has been trained using past data, right? Of which was a task already done. So that data, using that data, they have trained the model, right? So if you ask any question related to that, it's gonna answer in the same format. Okay, fine. Then, then if we want to get updated data, so what we need to do? Okay, so then they introduce this RAG where can it will retrieve the augmented generation. Nothing but it's going to retrieval means nothing but it's going to extract the information from there. Okay, it will extract some information there, and the model going to learn, and it's going to give the response accurately. For example, there is a mail. Okay, there is a mail, huge mail. They have shared like one PDF. Okay, the company has shared one PDF with all terms and conditions. So they said that read this document and just let me know if you have any doubts. Means regarding terms and conditions, if you have any query, just you can go through it. Means after that saying that, so if you start reading, you're going to read the 100 pages, so it's not possible, right? It will take huge time to complete that and understanding for that. So what we will do generally, you will take that document and you want main point. So you will train one model. So in such a scenarios, we can use this RAG. What will do? It will, if you pass the document, it will understand each and every text, and it will convert some vectors, and that vectors is going to pass to the model. Model will learn and train, and then it's going to give the response accordingly. The what are the questions you're gonna give, based on that it's going to give the response. So this is the RAG where we can get the exact information. Right now what the things is happening, you can get exact information. So in what are the fields, in where area in the industries we are going to use this type of model means, for example, if you have a huge post, for example, there is a Instagram, Twitter, there is a lot of social media applications like Facebook. We have no. So if we want to extract the information from their pages, so if you capture a long, huge file, which is you're gonna scroll generally, So if you capture that, if you want to analyze, you want to get main information. So then what these type of ranks connect? For example, sometimes we can analyze some models is there which is going to analyze the videos also, right? So like that, it can do a number of tasks. So it's going to extract the information, like reading PDFs and documents. So what are the format you are sending? You need to specify that. This is a format PDF I'm sharing with you. Just give me the important points. Or else I'm sharing a Word document. Or else I'm sharing Excel sheet. Or else I'm sharing this. You need to give that documents. Then they will analyze the document. I'm going to give the exact updated information. So in some scenarios, for example, are you using some stock market related apps? Okay, so you want to invest or you want to hold some shares. So some news going to arrive. So some news is going to come in the newspaper, news articles daily. So what we'll do, just by getting reading all the news daily, it will take time, right? So if there is a no time to read, so you need only bulletin, the important things, concept. So what you'll do, you will just go these types of websites and just you will take the complete newspaper links or its documents. You will share to that. It's gonna share. If you ask for, I need, is there any issue with that Tata shares? So in that paper, it will reply, and if there is a fake or information about that, it's gonna give that. Okay, today that Tata share is going to be increased, so you can buy that shares. In that way, it's gonna suggest means not only it is not only just reading the newspaper, it gives the suggestions also for us. So in that way, this retrieval augmented generation gonna help us to give accurate information in the right now updated information these models gonna provide. Okay. So generally, you can see in ChatGPT. So if you have the search bar option, it's maybe you can see that there is a option that web search. So what it will do, it will link to the web. So it will link to the web and it will give the information right now what you have in the web application. Means it retrieving the real-time information, right? Isn't it? Yes. So means background they use different types of RAGs. Okay. So in this session, we go through the introduction of RAG, okay, what is RAG and what are things we're gonna have. And next we're gonna go through the components in RAG, okay, how this is gonna work, okay. Building of RAG pipeline means we need to follow the instructions. So for example, if you want to build a house, what you'll do, you'll follow some tips, no, you need to get a land. After that, you need to get architect, who is going to architect your building or home architecture, who gonna give according to that square feet. Like, isn't it? You need to start. This is a following procedure. And RAG performance evaluation. After completing this model, you need to check the how the model is working, right? So RAG combines information with a natural language generation. Yes, in the just now we are discussed, right? So RAG, what it is doing, just it's not going to provide only the information, but it's going to give some suggestions how you can communicate. For example, I'm a person who want to invest some shares in some topmost company. Okay, so who is one of my friend who gonna have habit of reading daily newspaper? I'm gonna ask, is there any information today about stocks, or is there any information about downfall of any company, or it's yesterday how was the stocks? So if I ask this information, what will you say? I will discuss generally, not at all. Today the stock market is gonna rise because the newspaper is saying that there is a huge demand, and also it's gonna say that today price is gonna increase, or else we need to sell, we need to buy. So in that way, we'll generally the friends gonna discuss, right? If we communication. So in that way, not only just giving the suggestions, like if you ask that what about the yesterday's stock price, means what it will do. Okay, yesterday was this, and today is going to happen this. So make sure that if possible, please buy or sell your shares. So in that way, it's gonna suggest. So it's going to help us to do hold the shares or buy just sell the shares. It's gonna help in that way, right? Means here the main point that it's not going to give only the information which has been trained, means which are the information you pass. Based on that, it's not going to work. It's gonna suggest you something, right? It's gonna suggest you something that do one thing, do this thing, right? It's boost the LLM by adding external knowledge during response generation, isn't it? Yes. So if you give the additional information, documentation, and if you ask for what we say, like terms and conditions. So it's gonna give the information. Okay, this is the best company because they have good terms and conditions, so they can give security for your position. In that way, it's gonna suggest you, right? It's gonna give a positive response. Or else, please try to when this it is providing some one-side legal agreement. Please check. In that way, it's gonna suggest us to do a next step, to take a next step, right? Retrieve means real time. So means you can capture the information from real time, relevant documents, unlike static pre-trained models. Right? In that way, you can use these models, right? And enhance the accuracy and context relevance, isn't it? So based on the generally, for example, yeah, just a minute, guys. Sorry for the interruption, guys. Okay. Yeah. So it will enhance the accuracy. Context relevance means nothing but, for example, you search for yesterday, it had happened like a Bangalore won the match, right? So it won the IPL trophy. So after a long time. So if you search about related, like what happened in the night means you're going to get the information from the news articles. So if you search for about Kohli, so then what it is going to give, it's going to search only about the word, right? Where is Kohli in this paper? So where is the Kohli in newspaper? Not. So what this context related means related is nothing but, so it's going to search for meaning, means like for example we are providing to search relevant information, like check for data shares today, means it is asking for meaning of the. Let me know what is NLP stands for. Guys, am I audible? Yes, my voice is clear. Okay. So what is this NLP stands for? So what is meant by NLP? Anyone? So guys, we already discussed about NLP. So what is meant by NLP? Okay. Good. Next. Yeah. NLP stands for natural language processing. So what is meant by natural language processing? Means, see how generally human communicate. In that way, if a robot communicate, it's going to be we say that is a natural language. Means, see, if you are communicating with a friend, right? If you are communicating an important topic with a friend, so then in a different language, so there is a person who has interrupted that conversation, right? So you and your friend is means you're talking with a friend, there's some discussions like your market or else your business or some other things. So the new person who is new to you, they have just he has interrupted your conversation and started communicating with you. So then how he's going to communicate in the normal way, because he know your language, like he's a unknown person, he's from other country or else maybe other state. Okay, he you haven't seen, so just he is when you are communicating in a function or occasion, so he just interrupted and communicating in the using that language. So what you do? Okay, he knows the language, so the conversation will go ahead good and will make us a good conversation. Like, so in that way, this mission generally what it will do, what is the humans gonna do? For example, if you communicate in English, then the model going to reply in that way. If you want to communicate in other language, it's going to give in that format. So this is a multimodal where you can communicate in the process of n number of languages, right? Like take as a Google Assistant, Alexa, and you can consider Siri. So these are the applications where it will work on this type of models using like NLPs. They're gonna build these type of models which can help you to communicate with the humans with the same as how humans can interact with the both of them. So that is the NLP concept. So RAG across from you can see intersection of traditional natural language processing techniques and modern neural network approach, and aiming to bridge the gap between data retrieval and content creation, isn't it? So they are combining this RAG and NLP, so it is going to be quite easy task, right? So using transformers, using these NLPs and using RAG, so they can build such a beautiful models, right? So they give up-to-date information, they'll create new content, and as well as they can communicate with the human what they're expecting in the polite manner and formal way. Yes, that as a thing of this NLP. And evolution of techniques, the over years, RAG technique have evolved significantly. So a number of techniques are evolving, like machine learning, deep learning, and semantic search, leading the improved of performance of various NLP tasks, right? So every time these models, when the models get updated, this new model going to come into the market, so that model is going to adapt from the previous, like it may previous are going to adapt with the new coming models also, it's going to adapt. So they make a task more friendly. They can do a number of tasks using these type of techniques, isn't it? And key contribution. So what it is going to give that it's going to play a vital role, like development of RAG, contributing foundationals of theories. Means so without human interruption, these models can work on this. So, for example, if there is a person who's gonna just go to library and have the huge information without anyone interacting with anyone, just you can get the n number of information. Like you can read n number of books, and then you'll get the huge information. In that way, what it will happen? So he gain the a lot of knowledge compared to other persons. He can gain a lot of knowledge through the books, right? So in this way, these models will develop and just work on that own and just give the accurate informations to them. So before doing any model, okay, we need to take care some restrictions. Means if you build a model that can overcome entire, it can change entire the industry. Okay. For example, you built a model, your own, just you tried and tried with a number of logics, and you have built a model. When you are introducing that model with the collaboration of any of company, you are introducing that model to the market. So you need to take the instructions of about responsibilities. It need to work by the instructions. Okay, if not going to follow an instruction, if it is going to work on it his own, so what are the things is going to happen? Same. Chitti is going to repeat, right? The robo is going to repeat. So we need to take care about that. Okay. Why does it matter? So why we need to consider this RAG? So without RAG we can't work. Yes, we without RAG we can work. But what is the things? If you update today, tomorrow you need to update. Day after tomorrow you need to update. Like every day you need to update your models. Means yesterday you train model with the 20 GB, means already you trained with the huge millions of billions of parameters. Already your model has been trained with the past data. So today you got 100 GB of data in your industry. Only in your industry you got 100 GB of data. You are trained the model using some clouds. Tomorrow you are going to get 100. Day after tomorrow 500, 1000 GB of data. So every day you need to train, means you need to update the model, means how much money it's going to consume, right? So today the Bangalore was won. So if you go to any of past models, if you ask that, I don't know, it may be gonna win. So in that information it is going to win because the model is not updated. So what these companies will do means generally they will collect the data. They will collect the data. For example, some models going to update till after 6 months. Every 6 months, the model is going to be updated with the new data. So some models going to update yearly base. Some models going to update a monthly base. So till then, for a user not going to wait for present data. Means, see, if a model is giving the past information, he can use it, but he need information right now. What is the industry is happening? What is about weather? What is the things is going to happen tomorrow? So he need to know, right? So he need to know in advance. So then only the person, the customer, going to use your model. So in that scenario, if you want to train your model, it's going to take huge amount. So before just training with that data, if you add RAG to that model, just imagine if you add the RAG as a like other option. If you want real-time data, use this functionality. If you hit that, if the user use that functionality, then generally he can overcome the huge amount, right? Means he can overcome the burdens. So that is a gap it is filling the using this RAG real-time extraction. So the user will fulfill the query according that he will get the real-time data, as well as you are not training every day. So you will save the cost and money and memory, right? So in that way, you can this gap is going to be filled, right? So that it became more famous. And moreover, reduce the hallucination by grouping response and required facts. So generally, if you gave the newspaper article, so you gave the newspaper article to the model read all the information. So just is that model going to give only the information what it read? You ask the question. So what about tomorrow's sports? So tomorrow they're gonna start IPL. So this is information. So it's going to give in a single line. So tomorrow IPL gonna start. That is just was written in the page number 18 and the sports section. It's gonna give a no. It can combine the n number of informations. Means it's gonna understand, it's gonna read, and when you the user gonna ask, it's going to generate. Okay, just that is a good question. Just I'm gonna just search every part of the document. So according to the document, they give tomorrow in the upcoming days they can start IPL. And if you want, just you can explore this portal. They are mentioned, and the BCCI is going to do something. So like this, it's going to provide n number of information. So it can overcome that repeating patterns. Means sometimes it's gonna confuse, right? For example, if there is a person who haven't slept till 3 to 4 days, he is working on one project. He haven't slept till 3 4 days. So if you ask anything about, he will like he will zone out, right? So he get confused and zone out. So is what he's answering me, everything is not going to understand, right? So in that way, so if you ask a number of questions, the model may be zone out. So that is the thing, means hallucination is going to take place. So using this RAG, that also we can overcome. So here two things. One is it can save the user time, it can save the builder money and time, as well as it can save the model also, right? Wow, such a important things. It is one model is covering all this. Improve the accuracy and trust, right? Yes, while training, you need to train in the accurate data, then only the model will work. Okay. In the upcoming classes, we'll see how this works. Okay. And scale well for dynamic and domain specific application. So if you are using this for specific purpose, okay, you need to train that model in only that specific base. For example, you built a model that it's gonna give the gold price prediction. It's gonna predict gold price. So based on the articles, it's like you gave the one article. So in a few days, gold price is going to drop 50%. So it's gonna analyze. It may based on that article, based on the past information what it have, just that are going to be showed and checked in the previous things, because we are going to train that model with the huge gold data information, right? So at that time, these things gonna help. Means we are using this RAG for specific purpose, isn't it? Enhance the user experience, yes. So using chatbots, research, support system in these domain areas also, it can help us to do specific tasks, right? So use cases and where and which industries these RAG generally going to use. What are the areas generally going to use? Customer support chatbots. Customer support chatbots. So customer chatbot generally it's gonna give the information. So it's already it has been trained. So how these chatbots, how this RAG will implement? Generally, you're gonna add this chatbot. For I used and I'm just using this chatbot and just named as some other name and just attach with my support system. User came and asked about I paid some amount to this product. So you gave the date, but till now haven't received the product. So what happened? So where is my product? So you can raise this query. And what this chatbot will do? Okay, it will search for the previous data. Is there any customer with this problem? Has had this problem? If we had, then n number of problems it has been solved. What is the solved structure? And what are the queries? So it's going to search in the back. Okay. So it didn't found any accurate information as same result. So it get out of from that. Next, so what are the fine-tuned? Fine-tune, we are going to fine-tune, no? For example, you are running that company, e-commerce company from last few years. Okay. Last 5 years, consider last, for example, 5 years. So till 5 years, you have the data, means every customer, means like your team, support team is going to communicate with the customer and doing that data is going to store. It may be call records and it may be chart records, right? So that information you use to fine tune the model. So what it will do, it will search completely on the fine tune principle, that concept. And okay, this query has been resolved in this format. So I'll try in the same format. Then it is going to give yes. So what is your product ID? What is the product? When you bought that? So what are the detail we gave? Okay. All after inquiring, that details carry out for the next tool. Okay. What that tool generally will do? It will process using the data. It will process, and if there is any information, it will get. Means for example, it is under process. Then that the information going to be processed. So there is a glitches happened in the background network. Due to that, your product has been delayed. So just wait for a while. Or else I'm just transferring this to chat to the support team. They will resolve your query. So here it is sort outing the sum of the works based on fine tune, based on the RAG which is going to use for updated data, right? So in the customer support, it's going to help in that format. Enterprises knowledge research, yes, in that area. So it's gonna generally we in a research you need to know, like when you're going to search for new knowledge, means building. So you need to know previous information. For that, you need to read n number of papers, n number of articles, right? So while working on that, these models will help, right? Research assistant, yes, it will take time, but it will understand. It will help you to do specific tasks, right? Isn't it? Education system. This thing no need to discuss. And everywhere nowadays, the students, if you conduct exam, if you do whatever thing, if you ask a question, so the kids nowadays they're using the chat GPT engine. Wow. So how these in industry, how these models are just working? See, for example, if there is a person want to know, is there any updated new model came into the market? Then what do you do? You go to ChatGPT and ask, okay, is there any new model came to the market? It will give in the past till 2022, the model has came this because it has been trained 2022. If I add one more functionality, that search in web option, then what it will do? It will go to connect to Google and it will search for that context. The Google will provide in the fraction of seconds. So then using that, it will go to that websites. See, well, if you search in the Google, what it will do? It will show you some websites, right? Top websites. So in the same way, the model will enter that into top websites and it will search and recycle and then it will get and give the information. See how the task is a queue. When you are discussing only, it taking too much time. Means it need to search what are the query we give. That query need to break into multiple pieces and the main piece need to search in the search engine and it need to get the websites. So you need to go to that websites and need to read the complete information in that website. In that, it need to extract only the meaningful information. What are the useful that content information it need to extract. Like this, it need to catch n number of documents, and that need to combine, and from that need to purify and cycle and give the information. See how the task is a big task. With a just simple function, we are just getting the information, but background, how much time it is taking, how much things to do to finish this task, right? So it's going to give in that way the information, right? Enterprise knowledge search in that way. So it's going to give, for example, the market is launching it, the company is launching for new product. Okay, it need to search background. Is there any already this type of product launch? Okay, if launched, what is the reason that it has been failed? Okay, it got reasons. So what is the things need to overcome to just overcome that result means? For example, why they failed? They're going the model going to have some points. So it need to overcome and need to highlight this product. So in that way also enterprise knowledge search is going to be used, right? Personalized recommendation. This is we know every what we say e-commerce websites. It may be a Swiggy, it may be Zomato, it may be Amazon, Flipkart, or Zepto, Big Basket. So there is a lot of websites which gonna say that you got 100% of discounts. How they are analyzing our data, they are using our personal data. They are using, okay, this fellow is talking about watches, so he may buy watches. So we need to keep the ads on like Instagram, social media, or else in Swiggy. So these people are discussing about birthday party. So we need to show that you have 50% discount in Zomato and Swiggy. These are the conversation which the our phone is tracking us and just recommending the product. So while watching, walking, eating, sleeping, where what we'll do, that is going to be recorded using these mobiles. How generally the human gonna have eyes, ears, nose. In that way, the machine is gonna use that technology, but it is in an artificial format, right? So in the first one, we have discussed about this concept, guys. Generative and discriminative. Can anyone just please let me know what is generative and what is discriminative? Not seeing that slide. Okay. Yes, retrieval information augmenting. But the case is it is extracting information. But one word you miss that it is need to give the generation. So it's generating, right? Combining with LLM and it's generating with both like new information and as well as the LLM what it has been trained based on that it is generating new one, right? So you need to go in that format. Okay. So okay guys, what is mean by discriminator and generator? What is mean by generator and discriminate? Anyone? Yes, anyone? What is the thing? Already we have discussed, right, about the discriminative AI and generative AI. So, what is meant by discriminative AI and the generative AI? Yeah, yeah, that's it. That's correct. Discriminator, data, whether it is real or fake. Guys, I'm not asking about discriminator. I'm asking about descriptive AI. Is meant by descriptive AI means what is mean by it? Yeah, Krishna, Sri Krishna is right. Okay. Next, I'm not asking about GAN discriminator. I'm asking about generator, means generative AI and discriminative AI. Check your internet if not clear. Yeah, foundation model. Who is this? Bharat, right? So the foundation models and LLMs. I give you an example. See, so for example, consider foundation model is a like a car. Consider foundation model is like a car, okay, which can have like you can sit and you can travel from one place to another. So it can have a lot of parts. It's gonna have glasses, engine, everything, right? So this is considered as a foundation model. Okay, in that you have only specific part. For example, in that combustion means engine. So what this engine generally do? It will do combustion process. Means which are the liquid you're going to pour, maybe petrol or diesel. It need to convert it into allied fire, and you need to combust means convert it into air that need to be give the pressure to the motor. Motor will run and the car will move forward and backward. So this is a process. So this is a process which is going to do one part of the process. We say it as LLM. Means, for example, you have a n number of models like Gemini, ChatGPT. So what this IBM Granite? So there is a lot of models. Okay. So these models will do multiple tasks. Means for using this Gemini, you can create images, you can create voices, you can generate text, n number of tasks we can do. So we can call it as a foundation model. LLM means it's going to design for specific tasks. Means like it may be image, text translation, speech translation. So in that any area we'll use. So particular part, for example, foundation model is a toolbox. In that we are going to have a number of tools. Okay, and LLM is a specified tool. Okay, is it clear? Difference between foundation and LLM. Generate fake data. Okay, guys, have a 5 minutes break and we'll continue. Okay, and just think what is discriminative AI and what is generative AI. Okay. Okay, guys. So okay, let's continue now. So what is mean by generative AI and discriminative AI? So already we have discussed about this, right? So generative model, let me give us discriminative. Again, I'm going to revise it once again. So discriminative model is nothing but the model. Okay, is this thing is clear? Am I audible, guys? Okay, that's cool. So already we have discussed about generative AI as well as discriminative AI. So I'm going to give overview about discriminative models. So for example, there is a data set which is going to have some features of dog. Okay, consider this is a dog. Features in the sense dog eyes while running and while eating, while just jumping. So these different type of images and different name of classes for that, the names of that class. And we have the images of cat. Okay, images of cat. Cat is running, walking, eating, like that. We have different network features. So using this type of data, we are going to train one model, maybe a deep learning model or machine learning model. So I'm just explaining what is discriminate AI and what these models will generally do. Okay. Using these features, the models gonna predict which one is dog and which one is cat. Which one is dog and which one is cat. Means it's classifying, right? If the dog have, for example, if you give the new image, for example, you give this is a new image to the model. This is the image, just you give it to the model. Okay. And it will confirm which features this image had. Means it may have dog features, it may have cat features. If the features going to match for which image, which classification, then it is going to say this is a dog image, or else it is going to be a cat image. It's going to predict. So generally, discriminative AI is nothing but the which is going to give the output as a prediction as classification or regression models it's going to use, and it's going to classify the difference between two. Means it's not going to generate anything, just it's going to differentiate. Means it's going to confirm this is the features of this product. This is the features of that product. So in that way, it's going to give. For example, you gave the information like we are playing in a ground. For example, you are playing a volleyball. Okay, you guys are playing volleyball. You play today, tomorrow, and just you are playing day by day. Okay, daily, or else you are playing daily in the one ground. So there is going to come a tournament is nearby. There is a near tournament. So your friend had a doubt that in that tournament, the tournament is going to happen or not. Means how you can say if it is fully rain at that day, while you are tomorrow is the tournament, just you are ready for the tournament, but at that day there is a full rain, so you can't play in that rain, right? So in that scenarios, your friend what he did, he has collected data. Means yesterday has been rain, but you played the game, and if it was heavy rain, but you stopped the game. In that way, he collected different features and made a data set. Using that data set, he has trained to model. The model will say tomorrow is going to be rain or tomorrow is not going to be rain. Based on that, it will say you'll play or not. Right? So it is classifying yes or no type, right? Or else it's gonna give other patterns, means like classes. It's going to classify this is dog class, this is cat class. If new image comes, it may give to the this image going to be placed in this class or this class. Based on the features, it's going to place the new dot. That is the thing we use generally unsupervised model. Okay. Discriminative AI is nothing but predicting something. Whereas coming to generative model, so it's going to train in the same format with the huge amount of data, as it's going to make some features and classify this is dog classes and this is cat classes. If we ask anything, then it is going to generate new image. It's not going to predict or not going to give the information. It's going to generate the new information from the existing information. What are the features it learned? It's going to give the information. So this is a concept of generative AI and discriminative AI. Is that things clear, guys, about discriminative and generative AI? Yes, that's great. Now, so key functionalities of RAG means retrieval, augmentation, generation. So this is where the most relevant information identified from the external data. Yes, retrieval is nothing but it needs to extract the information, right? It's retrieving the information from existing data. Means other data, it's getting extracting information. Augmentation, this step involves in pre-processing and analyzing the retrieved information, make it suitable for LLM using summarization, fact checking, and format. Means augmentation is like cleaner. For example, we take it as you gave uh, a things which is in a unsorted format, like puzzle. So what this person will do, he will arrange the puzzle in a right format. If you gave a puzzle to a friend or any unknown person, so you'll try to arrange that in a right format, which will help you to get the information from the puzzle, right? For example, you gave the image of a dog image, and you tiered that into multiple places, and you gave to your friend to attach that. So what he will do, he will start collecting one by one pieces and start making it as complete picture, right? So from that, you can say it is a cat, dog, or your friend image, whatever, right? So this augmentation is nothing but it's going to process the data and arrange the according to LLM. Means you for a large language model, what is the input it is expecting, in that format this augmentation will ready your data. Okay, is it clear, guys, with what is retrieval, what is augmentation? Generally, you know the generation. What it will do, retrieved augmented information, and then LLM will generate the best context in response. So it's going to give the best output from this generated information. Okay? Isn't it? It will follow the same pattern. Now, so components of RAG. So what are the things RAG generally used to do this process? Knowledge base means data resources. Means generally we give PDFs, HTML, CSS, APIs, databases. So we provide n number of connections to that model, because we need to give the data, right? Based on that data only, it's going to learn context, everything. Like text checking, embeddings, it's going to use Facebook assistant, means it's going to use FSI, invented index. All these things it's going to take consideration and start working. And next, retrieval model, embedding models, OpenAI sentence transformers, next vector DBs, chroma DB. What this means, that data is going to converted into responsible format. Means what are the information it will extract, that is going to, for example, LLM is accepting 0 and 1, some LLM is going to accept other format, then it is going to make that format in that whatever the model is expecting. In that way, it need to be prepared, right? So that is the thing we're going to use this embedding model. And generation models for LLM, it need to use LLM like GPT. What are the LLM we can fine tune it, we can use that, right? So first, three concepts it will accept, right? First concept, we need to pass data. Means it may be text, PDF, audio, whatever maybe. What are the things you need to format, you need to set. After that, it will extract the information, make it as in a good format, right? Augment data using some embedding systems, let's say embedding functionalities. Next, third step, using this, it's gonna generate. So you can see that all documents, what are the documents we are passing? Just we are passing the documents and split them into smaller ones. And means, for example, you are sending n number of documents, that will make it as a files, and that is going to create embedding, means convert into 0 and 1s, and it's stored in vector DB. Okay, it will add some creating embeddings, and as well as it will search in a database, means it will search for the related information. That information is going to pass LLM. Then when the user going to ask query, that based on this LLM, how human will generate the text, no? In that way, this LLM going to respond, right? This is a way how this RAG is going to use different components. Is this things clear, guys? Next, knowledge base means just we are exploring each and every part. Okay. So what are the types of documents we can send, and what it will do in generally with the documents? So for example, I am interested to send some links like URLs. Okay, URLs in the sense I don't have any PDF. So what I'll do, I'll just go to any website. I'm going to get that URL. Means for example, as a news today, we're going to have some news articles. So what I'll do, I'll take that URL and I'll pass that URL to the model. What this model will do, it will capture that URL and make it will read the complete document, right? And after that, using the document, means it may be article, right? So using that article, it will convert into split. Means for example, we have a paragraph, 10 lines of paragraph. Okay, what it will do, it will split the every line by line. It will split the line by line. After that, it will split that sentence wise. After that, it will split into words, right? It will split into the words. After that, these words can convert into matrices as a vector form. You can see here, first we are loading the data. It may be PDF, it may be HTML pages, or it may be URLs or JSON format files. Okay, we can send document whatever the format it. Okay, it's not an issue with that. So if you pass data, that data is going to be splitted into according to the given information. It may be you pass, for example, URL, then it will go to that location and get that article, and that article is going to split it into sentence. After sentence, it's going to convert into tokens. Tokens is nothing but words. Okay, and these words can convert into vector forms. Vector forms is nothing but 1D vector, means it is going to convert into numbers, right? So these is going to stored in any database for next usage purpose. They will store. Okay, so this is what the thing is going to happen in knowledge base. Right, is the thing that will follow the 4 steps. What is that? It will load. After that, split may happen in the different formats, like what we have discussed in NLP. In that way, it's going to split, like it will split sentence. After that, it may tokens, and it will give an importance, like in attention mechanism, how we're going to give the position embedding. So in that way, it will give the positions, because it need not to change the format. After that, it will embed, and that will stored in a vector databases. Okay. Next, retrieval and generation. Coming to this part, this is the main part. Till now, just we have how generally we will do for NLP tasks. So how we get the data and we'll do the pre-processing steps. After that NLP task, what we'll do pre-processing. After that pre-processing, we are going to send that vector information to the any components, like query encoded. Means what it will convert the user query into vector. So user going to give some text information. That text information going to convert into vector form. And next, what are the document we give that convert into vector is already did, and it will serve the similarity search. Compare the query and document embedding to retrieve top key. So in this, it will follow some instructions like KV, means like a value key value pair. It will search based on that value, means like the context. It will understand context means meaning. So meaning of the other word, and it will understand, and it will retrieve the information. It will retrieve, because we are not interested to give complete document information. What are the documents you provide, that information is going to print, means there is a no use of using this, right? For example, you give 100 lines of text, okay, and ask you for give me about share market. Then what it is going to repeat the same process. For example, it's going to give the same complete 100 lines of paragraph. Then what is there is any use of using this? No. So that is the thing. What it will do internally, it will search first. It will get some context from user query, and it will search that context in the document, and then it will get the information. That information will pass to the model, and model will understand, and it will generate the in own format. It will give the same information, but it will add some extended to extra words to that text. Means that is the why we are saying it is generating, right? So this is the thing is going to happen. See, this is a workflow, guys. So how this is going to work? Okay. So first step, retrieval, means we'll ask question. Okay. Query encoder, retriever, knowledge base, re-ranker, generator, and feedback mechanism. Means so first we're going to ask question, and this smart retriever, what it will do, specific knowledge base. We are going to send some documents, right? Relevant documents. So it's going to get, and with a question, place our document, means already embedded, right? So after embedding, it will go to LLM LLM will generate response and going to give the output, right? So this is the steps, retrieval augmented generation. Is the thing with the clear with the RAG? And coming to query encoder, convert the user question into a vector format and return. Yes, the query encoder, what it will do, it will convert our query into vector format. And retriever find the relevant document from the knowledge base of the query vector. So it will try to match. First what it will do, it will capture the information from query encoder. That context is going to search in a document. So what it will do, retriever will do this process. In knowledge base, we'll store the information, right? Vector information. Pre-processed document in vector form. We're going to store this PDF, FQS, articles, all these things we'll store in knowledge base. Re-ranker. Reorders retrieved documents to keep only the most relevant ones. So in this, what it will do, it will captured from the query. It has been have some vectors. No? Using that vectors, it's going to search in knowledge base, and knowledge base they're going to get some information. Yes, after searching in this, it will get some paragraphs or one line information. That information is going to stored in a rank wise. So that is going to feed it for generator as LLM. Then it is going to add a natural language and going to answer. So this is a practice. And next it's going to, based on the response, it will give the mechanical feedback. Then it is going to update and will give the accurate information. This is the process is going to happen inside RAG, guys. Okay, we'll see this in a practical way also. Okay, evaluation of RAG performance. So we are evaluating after getting the output. Okay, we got complete information, means like what are you search for share market, it gave the share market information. How do you confirm that? For example, in your article, that share market covered from Tata, means Tata share, it has been covered. Okay, but what are the output you got? That it explained about how the share market will run and what are the things we need to take care. Means is there any relation between this? Because the article is saying about Tata shares, how is the shares today, but this model is explaining what is the share market. Then is there any relevant? No. So in that we need to check that the model is performing, is acting well or not, right? So working well or not. So that is the thing. We follow some techniques to get the accuracy of the model. Means is it working properly or not? Metrics for evaluating RAG is retriever evaluation. So we call recall, precision, mean reciprocal rank. So these are the operations we will perform on the RAG, and we will evaluate the measure the relevant document. For the recall, we'll measure the relevant document from K. K is nothing but key. Okay, based on the keys, we are going to retrieve and measure the proportion. Relevant document will measure the proportion. Proportion in the sense that we are going to check that how much negativity it was worked, right? So reciprocal in that way. And generate evaluation. These are retrieval, means what are the information we'll get from the document that we're going to check, right? In that way, we'll check for generating evaluation. Okay, retrieval, fine. Retrieval gave some good information, but we need to know where is the problem, right? So if we get a wrong answer, we need to check. Sometimes the data which has been extracted from the document, it may not be accurate, or sometimes the generated information is also maybe not accurate. So we need to check for which is not working properly. From there only we need to be. For example, you're supplying from some water from one tank to another tank. Okay, there's a disturbance, means the pipe or has been leakage problem. So you need to search the leakage problem, or else you are going to completely replace the pipe. Means it is going to take huge charges is going to be we need to fulfill. Means like what we say expenses will take more place, right? So in that scenarios, what happens? So if we are not interested to change the complete system, we are interested only change the what are the part we are facing issue, right? So in that way, we need to check the retrieval is there facing issue or generator is facing issue. So for checking the generator evaluation, we'll go for the F1 score, okay, bird score and blue. So we'll go with these things and we'll get the result how the RAG is performing. And for overcome means we got an error. So what are the things we need to follow? Fine tune means we need to give some more extra information to learn. Model need to learn. No? So we'll give some more relevant information, right? And also next optimize generation means we try to reduce error. Error is nothing but output and expected output and predicted or generated output. We are going to compare. Based on the comparison, we'll get the some error. Difference will get no, that difference is nothing but error. So we try to minimize that error. And continuous learning, which will providing huge number of information, then the model will give the accurate information. Re-ranking means we need to give the exact ranking also that need to be, and scalability. All these techniques, if you follow, then you will get the good results from the model. So there's a final scope, future scope of this using. Already we have discussed when we are entering to the RAG. Just we have discussed about this, right? Improved accuracy and reliability and domain-specific knowledge integration, real-time knowledge update, better tool integration. So in these domains, there's generally we are going to use RAG, right? Is the things clear, guys, with the RAG, how this will do, what are the steps we are going to follow? Like in this area, improve the accuracy and reliability means we need to take care that we are getting the expected output or not, right? We need to take care about that, right? After that, we'll get the real-time knowledge updating, right? So the model generally gonna train the past data. So to get the updated information, every time we are not going to update model. If you do that, it's going to take huge cost. So to train model every time we need to train it, we need huge storages and heavy softwares. For that, it will take huge amount. So to overcome that, if you add RAG, then generally it will read the document with the less amount. So we are trying to get the best accuracy to train the model with a huge amount of data. So that is the thing of RAG. Is it clear, guys, about RAG? So if you have any queries, just let me know. And the upcoming session, we'll see the practical. Okay, implement practical. We'll see. Yes, this is about RAG. Is it clear with the RAG? Guys, you need to get more knowledge. So just I'm giving overview. You need to work with the n number of problem statements. Okay. For example, in the last session we discussed about GAN and we worked on one project. So there is a total complete family. There was a nearly 28 to 32 architectures, means 28 to 32 models we have in a GANs. So just you know only the one part of GAN, means 1% of GAN. So whatever the remaining, you need to explore what are the different architectures we have in GANs and all these things you need to explore and you need to work on that. You need to create different projects. So then you'll understand the concept of about RAG. Then same as variational autoencoders. In that we have nearly 10 to 15 architectures, means 10 to 15 models. For every use case, for different use case, there is an architecture. Means there is a different use case, then there is a different model. So you need to go and you need to write a code. You need to prepare project. In the last two, I have shown now using mini data set. I just we did a small project. So in that way, you need to work on each architecture. So you'll get at that time you'll get a scope on code. So how to do, what are the steps you need to follow, and every time what are the steps you are going to repeat. In this process, you will understand the complete information about the Gen AI. So Gen AI is not a small part. You need to learn a lot of things. There is a lot of things in background. Okay. So I'll suggest one thing that if you want to secure a job in Gen AI, data science, AI domain, or else you are interested in ML engineer, so learn each and every part. Take time, learn each and every part slowly. Okay, work on with the different projects. Okay, don't showcase your projects anywhere. Okay, just work on project, update it in LinkedIn. Work on different project, update in LinkedIn. For example, you are working with ML. There is a 8 to 10 architectures in ML. Like we have supervised learning, we have decision tree and random forest. Or coming to assembly learning, we have ExaBoost. Next, we have ZBoost. It's like this. There is light BGM. So there is a lot of models we have. Okay? Try that models. Try to explore that models. How the model is going to work. Work on the different projects. Create a n number of notepads. Use Google Colab to create n number of projects. Okay. Like today, 3 days you finish one project. Go with other project. Try with other project. After that, come to deep learning. In that, try with every model one project. We have RNN, CNN, ANN, okay, LSTM, GRU. So we have a number of models. Try with each model one project. After that, go with encoders, decoders. So learn, try to do project using encoder. Try to do a project with the decoder and combine both models, encoders and decoder. Try to do one more project. Okay, like this, doing a number of projects, just get the code and follow the steps every time. I'm going to show that if you follow the steps, means first step we need to import libraries. What are libraries? Just type, don't copy. If you get the code, it's fine. You get the code from GPT, or you'll get the code from Gemini, it's fine. But don't copy that, just type with your hands. So if you type for first project, second project, third project, fourth project, after fifth, sixth project, without just going typing, you'll go and directly give the what are the libraries we have generally, right? After that, work with the GANs. After that, work with the transformers. Like this, work with the n number of projects, complete 6 months or 8 months. So then you'll become a pro. After that, go advanced. Means try to solve different problems and questions. So this is a way pattern of learning. Today you did 1 2 hours work. Okay, tomorrow do 3 3 hours work. Okay, after tomorrow just increase the time and focus more. So for example, if you're working for 1 hour, keep aside everything, mobiles, thinking, everything. Just keep aside. Focus on the concept. What you learn today. Okay. After finishing all this, take a note. Today, just I have gone through this library. Okay, I just completed this. Write, take a notes. Just give the note points. That's it. No need to write complete concept. Just note points. And after 2 3 days or 1 week, repeat the concepts once again. So you will. It is going to fix in your mind, right? So you need to understand this in the format. Okay, try to explore n number of models. We have n number of information. Okay, right now you have your own filters, right? Like you have Gen AI model. So if you have any doubt, the models will explain you. And if you want, you'll get the YouTube links and you'll get the codes in GitHubs, right? like that. Try to work with the n number of projects. Okay, if every project you need to give get some improvements. For example, if you go with any participation, so you need to be in the top, means you need to work with a lot of projects. So first project, you're going to work with the first project and do so changes in second project. Don't do the same process. Okay, do update something like one function, other function, like otherwise concept, change that, update something in other project. Like this, when you update, when you go on, when you start searching, you will get to know some unknown points too. Okay, you can explain that to your friends. You will gain some more knowledge while explaining too. Right? This is a way how you're gonna learn. Okay. If you see new one, like for example, today while you're searching, you found that new model. Till now, no one was said about that model. No one was discussed about that model. Your sirs, professors, and anyone haven't discussed about that model. But first time you hear that, note down, just explore, understand. And if someone asks, try to implement that model. So then you can refer about that model. Or else you can say that is a old model, no need to refer. So that is the thing anyone is not focusing on that. So in that way, you can suggest to someone, right? So that is the way of learning. Okay, just I'm giving suggestion. You need to go. There is a huge think like the Gen AI, artificial intelligence, like a big sea. We are running only 2-3 drops from that sea. Consider how much we are learning. Means you need to explore. See, we are going to give the roots. You need to become. You need to grow. Is it clear, guys? Things is clear. And the last before I said that guys try to explore new things, means projects. If you are we are sharing 5 projects, then work on that project and work with the different projects too. Why not? Just search for new problem statement. Why you are going with the old one? Already they are did and they are just uploaded in GitHubs. So what is the use of doing the same project? Just you will get the knowledge. Get that and try to do in the different way in different projects. You can explore. Then how you gonna explore? Means you need to work on the code. You need to work on the code. If you have your own coding knowledge, then no one will beat you, and no one you can compare with others. No need to compare with others. Okay, you need to have your code knowledge. It's code means you need to do own coding. Means like you need to import some libraries. If someone asks, create a chatbot right now. So what you do? Okay, just a minute. I will check that. What are the libraries I've used? Okay, I'll just do right. No, you need to enter with your that libraries need to be having your fingertips. That way, explore. Okay, explore is nothing but explore and go to that model and go to the code they're going to provide. Use that code and just try to run that. And after that running, explore some time and add some change models like this. You can do a number of tasks using Hugging Face. That is the thing, guys. Tomorrow we'll discuss about RAG implementation. Okay. If you have any queries, Tejasvi, what's your question? I didn't get that. Team number, that phone numbers, will let you know guys. I will share the sheet. In that we will have the team names and team numbers. Okay, means our team numbers we're going to share. Okay, we're going to share. Okay, don't worry. So that's it for today, guys. We can leave the session. Just I'm hiding the session, guys.